I'm Scott Moore, and I'm a performance engineer. I help to make software and applications faster, better, more resilient. Lately, there's one thing on my mind.
Where's the best barbecue at, man?
So I'm going across the country, talking about performance engineering and barbecue. Join me as we take the performance tour.
The performance tour stopped in Nashville, Tennessee, another great barbecue town. We had a great event at L3 Harris Aerospace. HCA Healthcare was kind enough to co-sponsor the event and provide for the food. The food for the event was catered by Jack's Barbecue, which was delicious. Unfortunately, the audio from the camera failed during the presentation, so instead I'm going to narrate some of the feedback and conversations that we had during this event in Nashville. One of the biggest questions centered around how to test and monitor the performance of the applications that aren't typically around the web, based around the web. Things like native mobile applications or even apps that are custom desktop and do not even use web protocols. It's important when you're talking about the performance of an application that you know what the underlying technology stack is, what it's made up of. Non-web applications are still prevalent, and some industries don't even focus on the web at all. In these cases, you need to look for solutions that address those needs. For example, from a testing perspective, one of the reasons why LoadRunner from Micro Focus is still a leading product after over 20 years is because it has a wide range of protocols, and many of these have nothing to do with the web. They might be Citrix, mainframe, green screen, that kind of thing. Another question had to do with being able to digest and make sense of all of this data that's coming in about the performance of an app when you're monitoring it. Many times companies are pulling in so much information, their teams can't keep up with it. This is why it's important to filter the data to useful information. So where do I always start? From the end user perspective. And if you've watched many of these performance tour episodes, you will hear that as a major theme from me. What are the metrics that count to the end users? What are they experiencing? Develop dashboards that allow you to drill down into those key areas of infrastructure so it's easy to see when a major component is being depleted of its resources. In the future, maybe artificial intelligence algorithms will be needed to help us quickly digest all this data and make sense of it for humans so that we can quickly fix these problems in a reasonable, or at least a reasonable amount of time, right? Right now, there really is no single pane of glass to view, and it depends on who's looking through that glass as to what they want to see. This is something we're actually going to discuss in the next episode of the Performance Tour.